Hello everybody, Chris with Click Team. Again, another Friday Reactor stream. Woohoo! It's the end of the year, so rather than go ahead and do a bunch of programming, we're going to play some Fusion games. We're going to appreciate Fusion games for the next hour. Close out the year having some fun. Before we do that, let's go over a couple things that you may or may not be aware of. Can anyone see the screen? No one seems to be able to see me. What's going on there? Okay. Man, I'll figure this out one day. So yeah, a couple notes that we want to go over first. If you haven't participated, you still have 5 days, 7 hours, 58 minutes, and 55, 54, 53 seconds to participate in Fusion Wars, the Programming Menace. It's our latest game jam. We have one entry so far. Pew Pew. Made by the gentleman Aniver. I don't know. But here's a short little trailer showing some action in his game.
Sir,
he originally had it all looking exactly like Star Wars, and we told him that you couldn't do that.
Is approximately 3,720 to 1.
It's pretty good. I think it's an asteroids game. Pretty much. There are 81 people who have joined the tournament, so hopefully we hit 81 submissions. Again, a front runner in the submission game would be our good friend Sinclair Strange. He's been working on this bad boy. I gotta say, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty fantastic. You might remember from a previous stream we played one of his games. I think I have it over here. There it is, Alien Splatter Redux. You can see he's maintaining that 80s flavor that we all love. So hopefully that's a good one. But maybe there's some more secret, haven't published any information about their game yet out there that will black horses that will shake up the contest. That'd be kind of cool. So we look forward to that, but you can still participate. All you got to do is go to the Fusion Wars Programming Menace site and say sign up, and then submit your project within 5 days. So lots of fun. Hope to see you there. Got some prizes, and on to the next bit of business. So if you're not aware, we're having the Steam Winter Sale. We're participating. This is the last weekend. We've got some pretty good discounts on stuff. Up to 66% off of Fusion stuff, and up to 80% off some of the games we've published. Room 13, VTA, Necromonads, Quaddle, Spud's Quest, Firefly, 66% off. All the exporters are around 30% off. But you can get yourself Fusion pretty cheap if you haven't got it already, or get some of the exporters on Steam. So that's pretty cool. And then the other bit of business I thought it might be interesting to share with everyone is, if you're not aware of it, we have an affiliate program. You can join the affiliate program and get 10% off all sales that go through your link. So that can be pretty cool. We have a couple streamers who do this, and they're doing pretty well, making some side money selling Fusion as they stream about it. So if you're a streamer or consider doing it, or just want to spread the word and get paid for it, then visit our site here, and I will post a link to that to our Patreon page at the end of the day. What else do we have? Anita, as I promised, has been released. It was released on the 26th, day after Christmas. 4 worlds to explore, handcrafted smooth animations, cartoon cutscenes, and adventure-style gameplay. I believe we played a little bit of it last week. The game is out on Steam, Google Play, and iTunes. And would love for you to download it for free off one of the 2 mobile sites, or if you're adventurous, spend $1. It's currently on sale on Steam for just $1, and support an indie user. It's got several good reviews on Steam and quite a few good reviews on Google Play so far. Haven't seen any reviews yet on iTunes, so if you're an iTunes user, we could use a positive review for the game there. He has given me some fixes for a couple things that users have found, so we'll be posting an update pretty soon, I hope, fixing those issues. Let's check and see if there's any reviews yet. Yeah, I still don't, there's no reviews yet on iOS. We do have a page here on Touch Arcade you can visit on the main Games and Apps forum. And if you play the game and have a comment, we'd love to hear it here as well. So, maybe we should play a game. Now, one game I haven't played yet, I thought we could play together, it was Volanaskro's Sprite demo. He posted it to Game Jolt a little while ago, and there's a lot of talk of it on the forums. I thought we'd give it a shot first. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll boot it up. Now, my screen resolution is going to change, so hopefully it doesn't screw up the stream. Let's take a look and see. So far, so good. Anybody in chat so far today? Is there anybody in chat yet? We should check YouTube too. Say hello to our friends. So, are you guys getting a black screen? Looks like everyone's getting a black screen. Oh, that's most unfortunate. So, let's see if we can Windows it. I'm going to try to see if we can't go tip. It looks like he's forced full screen. Man, that would have been cool to play it. You would have liked it. Any case, to show off his game, here is his website, sprikegame.com. It looks pretty good. I played a little bit of it before the stream, and it played very well. I'm upset that it's not showing up on the stream. That's no good. Yeah, Jeff, that's what I was afraid of. I want to see if I can't fix it. Yeah, today we're just going to play games for the next hour. Fusion-made games, of course. I'm going to go to his Game Jolt page and see if we can't find out if there's a way to make it windowed. Because if it's windowed, then we could play it. So, Sprite. There's the game. So it's gonna, according to this, it's gonna force the full screen, so we're not gonna be able to play it. Here's a new game that's just come out by our friend Indrit. I'm gonna tell him you're live right now. Shoot me the code, and we can play. Catch us here. Let's go ahead and see if he wants to join the stream. So, need the link. There you go. Don't want to double stream. So while we're waiting to see if he shoots us the code, let's go ahead and try a different game. Evil Morph, I don't have that one. I was going to try that. We played a little bit of Dreamstones. We played a little bit of Alien Splatter Redux. Redo. One I haven't played in a while that I love is Concrete Jungle. I don't know if any of you have played this. It's an incredible, incredible puzzle game. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully it runs without crashing the stream. There we go. So I want to start with a custom game first so we can see how it plays. We'll go solo mode. And we'll go 30 columns. That's good. We'll start. So it comes off, the game sells itself as a city builder, but it's not. It's a puzzle game. And it's quite ingenious. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Each one of these represents a number. Currently it's set to 3, I believe. So each column needs a positive integer of 3 in property value. Houses provide property values. And then these ancillary buildings can sometimes have blue and red. Red lowers the value by a point, blue increases the value by a point. So the idea is you got to make each line worth at least 3, but that'll go up as the game progresses. So a good way to start would be to place a house, place another house, but then I got to manage where I'm going to put this. Because it's got red and I'm early in the game, I can get away with putting it off screen so I have no negative. But you can see now I have 1s. These are potential property values that I can place houses on. As you can see, currently these property values are 0. So let's fix that. So the groves and the greens, they allow you to pick a section that has a positive, that you can affect positively. So now you can see that these two houses now have a value of 1, which means we're 1/3 of the way there. You can only pick from these two cards, but I can choose between them. So maybe I want another grove. And I thought that raised the value, but it didn't. Shop. Now that's 2. The garage. We don't want to put the garage there because that would lower the value. But this particular property, which was a store, can't be affected. So if I drop it there, the red has no effect, but it did create a -1 in the open space. So now this one's at their appropriate value. Excellent. So put a house here. Let's put that there. Now I'm going to save this green so that I can. We'll save that green so we can pop this to 1. So I got to make sure I don't put anything here. And when I pop the green and raise this to 2, then this will begin the cascade. But the idea is you want to kind of stack them, so that's what we're going to try to do. So like this house here, I can put here, and now that column's good. The garage. Ooh, the garage is no fun. No. I mean, we could do that, because we're still within the minimum. Which means I can put the house here. Okay. Two shops, let's see here. I'll potentially run into an issue here if I'm not careful. Okay, shop. That. Garage. Put that here. Another house. Slap that there. Restaurant. Can go here. Another house. There. Supermarket, so now this one's good, this one's good, this one's good. I need to raise this one up, which we can use a green. Then I can start working on the back row. Maybe if we're good. Pull it off. Okay. House. So now we're getting to that point where we're running out of space. So we'll just go for the bonus points. And then we're going to stack it out. Yes, you got the Zoom, but he actually sent me some code from Zoom that I've got to dig up and look at. Because I asked him the same question. The Zoom is incredible looking. It's very smooth. It even zooms while it's moving. When the board's shifting. It's very well done, Zoom. Yes, this was made in 2015. That's correct. I turned over to YouTube that asked. definitely made Fusion. This is the sequel game. It's actually the sequel to a game called Mega City, which was not isometric, but top down, and you can find that on mobile. This is on mobile too. I play it all the time on my phone. So now we've cleared out the board, and I got all these wonderful points. And then you see this button up here is now highlighted. And I can buy new cards depending on how many I just unlock, and each one gives you different benefits. So I can go with this one. Now mind you, the more red ones you use, the faster your bonus meter increases, allowing you to get more cards. But I'm kind of a chicken, so I'm not going to do that. And there you go, now I have new cards in my deck. You can also unlock skills once you reach certain levels. So, I don't think we've unlocked this yet, but we can try it. No, not yet. Cool. So now I can increase that to 3, and it clears out. Right there. Put this here. Start putting some houses down. Okay, so now, if you see, the number's now 4, because I reached a certain level where I filled up this meter. Now you notice that once we clear the next round, after this one, each one will require 4 value points on the property line, if I'm saying it right. So let's put 2 community centers together. Let's actually hold that. Let's put some more houses in. Shops. Oh, I don't want to waste that then. Okay. So it looks like I figured out what the Grove does. It reverses whatever the value was. So if it was a negative value, it automatically becomes positive. It probably does the reverse. So we gotta be careful with it. Card. Ah, I love this one. Now up here, if you see this, that means the card will repeat, whereas here it's a one-off card. This is a great card to have, so we're going to go grab that one. Where should I put this, guys? Well, I want to put it here. There we go. Now we got a garage. Nasty garage. Drop that there. Farmhouse. Slap it there. Shops. Now this row's good. Now we gotta be careful. I'm gonna have to put a house here. I'll save that space. Now here we go. We'll put it. Where should we put it? I'm going to put it here. Just get so involved. It's such a well-crafted puzzle game. That really doesn't. Well, now because good. I'll save that. Get the garage again. Farmhouse. Okay, shop. there. The green here. That there. Now that we're pretty well stacked up, now it's just trying to build up the points. Another house here. Another house here. I think we're good. Boom. Yeah, it does. Isn't that cool, Jeff? Let's try it again. Yep. Another cool feature about Concrete Jungle, we helped them on their Kickstarter, and because so, you can actually unlock a building for Click Team. There's a Click Team corporate headquarters in here somewhere. I haven't found it yet myself, but I thought that was pretty cool. Let's put this... garage. I'll put it here. Go with the greens. Another house. House. Grove. Okay. The old supermarket. Restaurant. Okay, remember we got to get 4 now. Which is not as easy as you would think. So the garage. Let's slap that there. Go with the green. There. Put the farmhouse. Shop here, school here. Now I think I've created a problem for myself. Even if I get a green that could raise this to 3, oh good, it actually only takes 3 because that's the last of the 3, so we're good. But there is a way to, there is a save if you screw up on a line, and I'll show you that as soon as I screw up. So let's put that here. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. Let's keep this green. Slap it there. The house. Put a grove here. We can reverse. Supermarkets. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll put it here. Let's see what kind of extra cards we can get. Ooh, another squirrel. Let's grab that. Markets. Office tower. Maybe I can unlock the power. Yep, okay, good. So... interesting what I want to choose. I'm going to go with the Art House Cinema. Oh, doesn't look like I can do it yet. I don't know why. I'm supposed to be able to do it. Alright, so we got to get this up to 4. It's going to be a tough sell. Okay, good. house. Good, now we're 4 across. Office tower. So now we're up to 5. So after this line, we're going to need 5 on each one. It's getting harder. Game's ratcheting it up. So I'm going to put this here because that doesn't hurt anybody. I'm going to put this here, and that completes that row. Alright, I'm doing pretty good so far. I haven't screwed up too much. That's exciting. There we go. So we'll keep that there. 4. Farmhouse. Shops. Another house. Alright. Boom. Okay, so I think we've hit that point where we're going to have a problem. Okay, so let's watch this. I'll do this. And this row here requires 5. And I'm not going to achieve 5 because I don't have a card. There are cards where it'll shoot out the blue or the red in a direction and cover an entire row. But I don't have any of those cards yet. I don't think I can get one. Maybe I can... So I could use this. So it saved me that row. But had it not worked, I could have used this button here, I believe, which forces a column to be cleared. Which is kind of cool. The music's getting intense. It's getting serious. I'm going to go house, house, house. Another house. Grove. Just left the farmhouse there. So this isn't good. Post office is going to make me remove 3 cards, so I can't use it yet. So let's go ahead and grab that. Grab the school. Restaurants. So we gotta hold that till I get bad cards. If we can even do it. Grove, another grove. I don't have any negatives, so this is just gonna be a throwaway. Farmhouse. Thank you. That's school. Alright. Gotta put it here. And then take that house. Put it here. Alright, I want to use the post office now. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and this one. And then it reshuffles the deck. So that was pretty good. Made a good move. tower. Oops. I thought the office tower did something different. I was wrong. Okay. Oh no, it's the garage. It's just gonna stink up my... Okay, it'll work here. Good. Still the grove is useless. It's getting intense now. We got a green, so I don't want to waste it. Restaurant. There's just nowhere good to put it. Okay. School. Another green. Another school. House. Supermarket. Shop. So, because we chose the classic mode, all I have to do is make it to here to win. Can we do it? Honestly, don't know. It's gonna be tight. So now we got too many houses. We'll just make a block of nothing up here. Okay, so I'm going to take a sacrifice play. I'm going to put that there to bring that up to speed. I'm going to drop this here. I'm going to take the green. Put it here. Take the grove. Doesn't matter. Another green. Here, take the shops. Oh, this is going to be tight. Oh yeah, we're not doing good. Alright, so we'll put that there. So now you can see I have no more moves, right? So now I have to use a heart. So that cleared the row, the first row that was stuck. And anyone else's that were available for clearing, it clears. I'm not going to win. It's egregious. It doesn't help me. You don't help me. Too bad I don't have a renovation tile. Those are cool. Alright, well. Oh man, this is painful. It's so painful. This is one of those ones that shoots out. So if I like put it here, it makes all those positive. It would have been helpful earlier. Maybe I can fill up the heart enough to get one more heart to use. But I think the hearts actually fill up when you... Ooh, renovation, there it is. Is it going to be enough? I think I only need one. If we can just get to that renovation, we're good. We're good! There it is! Man, I can't believe I want to pull this game out of my... my butt, basically. Here we go. Victory. So that's Concrete Jungle. Made with Fusion. Pretty cool, huh? There's a campaign mode. They have this guy here. He actually has voice acting in it. He sounds just like. Let's see if we can. To me, he sounds like Will Ferrell. I haven't asked him. Did you get Will Ferrell to do voice work?
Hello, and welcome to the beautiful... What is...
Hello there.
There it is.
I'm Rick Selfridge, recently elected mayor of Caribou City. Welcome to Selfie Park.
Selfie Park.
Do you like the roller coaster? I designed it myself.
So that's pretty cool. Voice acting in that Fusion game. Pretty cool. So what else do we want to play? The infamous Dungeon Dashers. It's actually a really good game. Unfortunately, he's not going to finish it in Fusion. Calaban. That's going to take forever to install, but we'll get it installed anyways. You guys have any suggestions you want to see played? Maybe we could play Necromonads for a little bit. This is one of my games. Let's see if it pulls up. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Oh, make sure it's screen great. There we go. Ah, good. So, this is my love letter to the game Defender. So you've got guns and bombs. Now each board, each level, the Necromonads, these guys right here, try to abduct your colonists. So every colony, when the Necromonads attack, they try to run to the shelters, like that one there in the corner. That's one of the shelters they go to. So the idea of the game is to stop the Necromonads long enough that they do not take and infect, which will let that guy get infected. Spread the infection. Oops, I shot him down. So maybe we'll beat this level. Okay, there we go. So once they reach the top of the screen, they get dropped. For some reason, they survive the fall. So now we have infected Necromonads running around. They used to be colonists, so you have to blow them up with the bombs. Another cool thing you can do with the bombs is dropping a bomb on a colonist that's not infected or reverses direction. So you can kind of steer your colonists. Love how they drop onto another ship and get picked up. Just got an extra life, I think. Come on, guys, get in the building. That was a tough level, actually. Shouldn't have been that hard. So the terrain is actually procedurally generated. It randomly generates the terrain. They're actually backdrop objects, and then the little guys that are walking on them detect whether the backdrop object's a collision or not. And if it is, move it up 1 pixel. And then if there's no collision, then it moves it left or right depending on the direction it's going. done got blowed up. Bloat up. This game actually started with me saying, how can I make the defender laser? Because if you watch the defender laser, it kind of comes apart as it shoots forward. And I wanted to replicate that effect. See if I can replicate that effect in Fusion. I think I did a pretty good job. Get off him. Come on, guys, get in your buildings. Come on, everybody. Run. I think we're going to be good. Bonus victory, too. 0 infection. Bonus points. I use a lot of shaders in this game, too. Look forward to moving on with Fusion 3 and being able to get shaders go cross-platform. It's a goal we have. It really would be cool to be able to use these kind of effects on the mobile platforms, which most of our developers find lucrative opportunities. Get off him. Holding this board together pretty good. I did Xbox and regular PC gamepad controls on it. I think I like that better than the keyboard. But in case there's anyone from the PC Master Race watching, I'm using the keyboard, don't get mad. We know how the PC Master Race does not have joypads. Mouse and keyboard only. At least that's what I'm told. Apparently they have gaming mouses now. I didn't even know that was a thing. What's a gaming mouse? No, sir. You're out of here. Whoa. It's actually greenlit this game, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to put a game on greenlight and have actually go through back when they had greenlight on its own merits. That's a fun thing to know that the game was at least interesting enough for people to vote for it and want to play it. I'm kind of wondering what the impact of the new Steam, pay $100 to get your game up on Steam will have. I think it's still early to tell the impact. I am curious if there's going to be, quality control. Because, I mean, that's kind of what Greenlight was supposed to be doing. Then we did end up with games like I Am Toast and Rock Simulator 2016. So, the internet is a funny place. The particles in the game were really easy to do. Thanks to Fusion. I think the next level we should start getting new creatures. Maybe it's the 5th level. At the top of the bar, you'll see there's a white line. As long as you have enough people, 50% of the people safe, to destroy anyone that's infected after that, you can still go on the next level. But if you have more infected people than half, then you're going to lose the game. Come on, guys. Oh! Oh, there's someone left. Where is he? Get off him. one man. Here's definitely an issue with procedural generation. Is I didn't have enough buildings on that level. On level 3, it shouldn't have taken that long for the guys to get to the buildings. And there's your high score board. We're not going to play again, but you had the harvester, which picks up the guys, crystal barriers, which around level 5 come down, and they can trap people and reverse them. And then the cedar just drops nastiness and infects a bunch of people. The master harvester can drop the barriers, so they're kind of cool. And then I don't know if it still works, but here's your local high scores, and then I did Steam high scores. So someone on Steam named Zephyr either hacked my high score table or has played it well enough to get 108,000 points. Wow. So there you go, Necromonads. That's fun, and it's dirt cheap. It's, I believe, less than $1 right now on the Steam sale. Oh, so Jeff's asking about the characters. Yeah, so the way it works is we fast loop through them consistently, and they check if their bottom, the hotspot set to the bottom, if they're touching the background. If they are, then it pushes it up, and then it runs another fast loop. If you're not checking it, touching the background, then move 1 pixel to the left or move 1 pixel to the right, whatever the equation is. And then it just keeps doing that until it gets to a building. And then we have a flag in there that reverses the direction depending on which way they're walking. So yes, in fact, that's how it works. I did it in another game called Death from Above, but I made the mistake of writing that code in each individual character, so it actually slowed everything down and they moved like snails. It was for tanks in the game Death from Above. Which I want to remake one day, but fast looping it and putting it on the main loop rather than each individual object makes it work a lot faster. So yeah, and then now it works fairly well. So we wanted to play, what was it? Because I haven't played it yet, Kalaban. Let's give it a shot. Original screen mode. Well, let's see if that'll work. The resolution seems weird. I guess we can play it like this, if you guys can see it. So you guys can see it. Doesn't look like it. So let's try a different resolution. Play again. Well, let's stretch to fit display. Let's see if that works. It's probably not going to, which will be a shame. Here we go. Come on, big money to wins. Nope, not gonna work. Oh, pooey. Let's see if in the settings I can. Ah, here we go. Great. Let's see if you guys can see that. Should be able to do it. There you go. Excellent. So it looks a little weird. So maybe we'll. Oh, the joys of PC gaming. Let's original screen mode play, and let's see if I can pop it back into. Alright, well, we'll have to play it like that. Let's see what we got here. Kalaban is a story-oriented game. Choices matter. So the intro is a bunch of instructions? Food meter. Must be Final Fantasy 15. Gotta cook good food. Finland, 1995. Drama. People are fighting to stay alive from one day to another. Bob. Why is everyone from America named Bob? We have other names. Forever. His life is about to change. Bab has had a night of drinking. Stumbled in the forest. That's why you don't go drinking. You end up in a video game. During the night, however, he wakes up to a strange noise. I hear strange noises all the time in the middle of the night. It's my kids. Bob's cabin. Let's assume this is Bob. The presentation's spot on. I like it. Cursing. That doesn't look good. There's my axe. Okay, he picked up the axe. And I've killed the monster. Let's access the O screen to do. Okay, well, I've done that. And let's... So what do I move with that? Okay, so it's WASD to move. Fridge. Anything in the fridge? Need to buy beer. Fireplace. This is kind of cool. So I'm right-clicking to look for stuff. So why do you use a refrigerator and a TV if there's no power out in this cabin? Just saying. Okay, now we're outside. Eerily quiet. It's the X-Files. Who's Mulder? Birch tree. If you were curious, that's a birch tree. He needs a drink. Bob, that's why you're in this problem to begin with. The drinking, okay? You don't need a drink. You need to get your crap together. There's werewolves running around. I definitely like the vibe of the game. It's a pretty good vibe. Calaban. Hey look, there's electricity right here. Electrical pole. Now we're going to go to small town. So I guess that's an objective. Find a working car to get out. Ah! Die, guy. Birch tree. Go down here. What do we got down here? If we follow the tracks, will it lead us to a car? Box. Ooh, I got a flashlight. Bonus. How do I use the flashlight? Is it F? Oh, it is F. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's good lighting engine. It's pretty good. I wonder if I run out of juice on the flashlight. Hope not. It's a pretty good little lighting engine right there. Look at that. Nice. Nice. I wonder if it's an overlay. It's an overlay. What's this? Dead body. Fun. Hey kids, look, it's a dead body. Let's go this way. Go to the gas station. Oh, it looks even uglier when you look at him close. There's a car. It's empty. You let me... Oh, we gotta click it. Okay. Oh, pack of monsters. Let's get ready. Oh, here comes one. Die. Try to die, don't you? There's another one. undead in a pool of my own blood. So it looks good. What do you guys think? Yes, Jeff. In Necromonads, the tiles were pasted as a backup, so there was one line. Oh, we got a network error. That's interesting. Hopefully we come back. That's not good. Let's see if we're still on. Is your internet dead? Still? Okay. Does that mean I'm back? Well, in any case, if you can hear me, it looks like we're back. The internet's, for whatever reason, cut out. Well, for the sticks, we hope to continue using those objects. Some of them will be converted, some of them will not. Fusion 3 is straight up a whole new product. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about PMO that much because there's going to be better things that will do exactly what PMO does. In fact, it's our goal to have Fusion 3's built-in platform movement be as good as PMO. But yeah, we're going to make sure that the things that we're used to, that was one of the design requirements, was the things that we're used to remain, and the things that need to be improved are improved upon. Speaking of 3, we'll have December 31st, midnight, a State of Fusion release that will explain where Fusion 3 is. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to get this back up and running so I can see you guys and answer questions. Doesn't seem to want to work very well. Yeah, it won't connect. Sorry. It's my fault for living in Bakersfield, I guess. Let me look here. Nope. Wrong site. Is it back? My fault for living in Bakersfield, I guess. Okay, good. Back. Let me look here. All right. So I hope that answers that question. Now, Jeff, you had asked about how I did the terrain, and we'll code it up real quick. So here is our game, and then we grab an active, and then we grab just a simple one line. I believe we'll just go solid color like red, and then we'll make it width 1 and height 100. Okay, and then we put the hotspot at the top. Okay, now what we do is then I had the famous local storage value, local value storage, and then we declared a couple variables. The first one was time to change, and then there was positional change, a positional change value. And then there was, that might be it. So then what we do is we say, we're going to first make this go all the way here to the edge. So 0, arrange a line to bottom. And then we create a fast loop. I think I did it in the fast loop. Well, we'll try it. On loop, make line, and then basically the most basic thing it does is it first pastes. So order, what is it? Animation, paste image into backdrop, add backdrop as obstacle, and then position, set X, grab X, +1. Okay, so that's the most basic. And then we say here, start a frame, on loop, make line, and then we'll say, well, it's 640, so 640 times. So now what we get is we get, boom, just red. But now we want to put the peaks and valleys into it, which isn't hard. So we start with here, time to change, we'll say 100. Well, let's say 50. Okay. Now here we're going to add position, set Y position to position Y plus, and then we pull whatever the position change value is, which is currently set to 0, so we get the exact same result. But when we add another on-line make, another loop, another fast loop, on loop make line, and then we say insert comparative value is time to change equal to 0. Catch all lower to equal. Okay, and then here we're going to set time to change back to 50, and then our set the positional change value to random 3, right? Which will return a value between 0, 1, and 2, right? But then we're going to minus it by, let's see, 0, 1, and 2. If I did 2, then 2 would be 0, so it needs to be 1. Yes, I think that's it. So if we get 0 for the random number, we'll get -1. If we get 1, we get a 0. And if we get 2, then we're going to get 1, which is exactly what we want. And then we got to say here, subtract from our timer, which is time to change 1. And if I did it right, we now get variable train. So hopefully that answers this question. Yes, we're going to have an official Fusion 3 announcement explaining the state of Fusion 3 and what our plans are for 2018, December 31st, midnight. We're going to call it the State of Fusion address. So we'll explain what our plans are in 2018. There's some positives, some negatives, but rest assured Fusion 3 is still moving forward, and we appreciate everyone's patience on it. Let's see if there's any more questions here. Yeah, I don't understand why I got all disconnected. So if you're still here, Jeff, did you have any questions about the variable train engine? It's not hard to do. We could actually see if we can make a guy walk on it. So we'll make our person. Let's make them smaller. So we'll just say blue. Right. Pixel. Pixel. Oh. Pixel, pixel. There you go. Super cool guy. All right, so now he's built into the wall. That's not good. So, fast loop, let's see, always. Fast loop, move, dude. One time. On loop move dude is dude overlapping a backdrop. If he isn't, then position set Y to position Y +1. So let's see if that puts our guy. Nope, not working. It is not overlapping backdrop, sorry. So now he stops on the backdrop. Great. And then we now got to get him to move. So on loop move dude is, and then on loop move dude position set X position X +1, and then we reverse this to minus. I think that's how I did it. This is from memory from years ago. Let's see what that gives us. There we go. And he should go down here. There you go. That's it. That's how you do it. At least that's how I did it. It's programming. You can do it however you want. There's the code in clear list view. Moving dude. Create terrain. Spelled wrong. So ground. And now I've put a backslash. There you go. So if you want, Jeff, I can send that to you. But that's the code, and that generates this. And of course, you'd want to trim it up to make it so that you create the guys randomly as they're going, which, you know, we can do that. So on loop make line. We'll put a additional condition in there. Every compare to global value. So what do we want? Well, that's not giving me those are conditions. I mean actions. So here, and we say every 1 out of 50 times create dude relative to the placement bar. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, there you go. And then you just get rid of him at boot up. And for giggles, who doesn't like a good giggle? Wrap. Position. Compare X is greater than frame right visible edge value position set X to 0. Let's see if that wraps everybody. There you go. Ants on a hill. Well, you know, Jeff, it depends on the project. You know, for Necromonads, using the backdrop object paste-in method worked well, but it's not the same solution for every project. It's really up to what the project is, what the design parameters are, and what you're trying to achieve. You know, I've got a game, Tic Tac Tower, which we use backdrops in reverse. The game's full of actives as the black space, if you will, and as you move in the game, you remove black space and reveal the tile underneath, which is just a backdrop. So I'm not colliding with the backdrops, but they're not. They still have serve a purpose, and the actives are overlaid. And the reason I did that way is creating actives as I went along slowed it down. So by creating all the actives at once and defining how many actives I could have, and then removing them as the game goes on, only assured that I had a minimal level of performance. Trying to think of what other games backdrops are used in. I don't use them the way personally that, you know, Fusion intends to use them as an actual backdrop. I rarely do that. But like on our procedural generation demo that we did, we were pasting in backdrops too, aesthetically. So, you know, it all depends on what you want to do. Each object in Fusion has its strengths and weaknesses, and you just have to figure out how to capitalize on them on your particular project. So I don't know if that answers your question, probably not. All that information didn't seem to affect our blue ants here that are running on our anthills, but, you know. Suppose you're using a friction variable, and when you negate left or right, the player slows to 0. But when you wrap the movements in collision in loops, I can't seem to slow the player, he just stops. So what you're saying is you want to have a little bit of friction, is what you're saying. Friction or momentum? Okay, all right. Good point. How would you do that using fast loops? Well, let's see if we can do it with this. All right, so this is where we're moving vertically. And we're currently moving at a pixel per fast loop, right? So we could put in here another variable that says speed of movement. And speed of movement needs to be 0. And we could put this here being set speed. Okay. And let's set it to 1. Okay. So now what we'll do here is on our loop move dude, I'm going to grab another one, copy it a couple times, so I'll need a couple. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to subtract. Subtract from speed of movement 1. Now on our line moving, which I'll put up next, we're only going to move if that value is 0. Okay? And then here, if set speed equals 0, then we're going to set that variable back to speed of movement to whatever the set speed is, which is currently set to 1. Okay, good. Now what we'll do is we will rig for testing. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to give it a wide range. Setting 1 will be change this value, set speed to 1. 2, we'll set it to 5. And then we'll set 3 to 10. Let's see what happens. So if I don't change anything, I leave the variables the way they are, they should still move, and they're not moving. So that's interesting. Let's figure out why. Subtract 1 from speed of movement. Okay, so that's a very good point. So it's made it -1. So when it becomes -1, it never triggers 0, and therefore it never restarts. So what we need to do here is drop that into here, and still no play. I wonder why. Let's make it at the top. Speed of movement to set speed. Now my brain is hurting. Subtract 1 from speed of movement. Set speed of movement to set speed. Let's give it a 1. See if that does it. Still nobody's moving. They're not moving at all. Set speed is greater. Oh, well, that's why. It's the wrong variable, isn't it? It's supposed to be speed of movement. Duh. Okay, so everybody's still working on 1. Now let's slow them down. So they're moving a little slower. It's kind of janky, if you will. 3, even slower. Back to 1. So that's one way of doing it, I guess. Not the smoothest way, though. Yeah, so I'm doing per pixel movement in this example. So when I slow it down, as I just suggested, I'm going to get that very stuttery feeling to it, which, you know, wouldn't be appropriate. You could rig it to a different type of movement. You could rig it to vector movement. The cool thing about vector movement, of course, is you can accept decimal float values, which will allow you to get smoother range of movement. And in doing so, you could make the movement the same. But the principles of manipulating the variables, as I've shown you here, remains the same. You know, you have a timer, if you will, which is, in this case, speed of movement. When speed of movement equals 0, then I move. And then set speed of movement to set speed. So, yeah, it's still the same thing. I would probably want to take a little more time experimenting and see if I can't give you a more solid solution. But off the top of my head, that's kind of where to start. Hope that answers the question. Fiddlesticks is the one asking the question. Both of you have blue text, so when I glance at it, I thought it was the same guy. Sorry. Yes, I'm a fan of tabs. I apologize. So, Bitmap Impact, when are we going to have you on the Reactor? We'd love to see what you're working on in Firefly. You're doing some great stuff in Firefly. We'd love to have you on as a guest. So that's your official invitation. All right. Well, if there's nothing else for today, it was going to be a short stream due to the holiday. Hope you guys all have a happy new year. We will see you next Friday for our next stream. I'm going to try to up the game between now and then. I'm going to try to get a better streaming service so we can restream better, higher profile quality. And I'm going to try to bring more Click Team staff in so that we have multiple people talking together. I think that might be more fun than just listening to me drone on. If you have any suggestions, again, as a patron, go to our patron site, and I'll make another post where you can leave comments as to what you want me to do. Suggestions, tips, whatever. This is your show. You tell me what you want, I'll try to do it. Again, thanks for watching the Reactor. I'll stay online a little bit longer after the stream to answer any questions that you still have. And thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.